Most people walk around with a mind that's already been programmed by failure, by fear, by comfort. And the scary part, the world rewards this. Comfort is marketed, mediocrity is normalized, so it's no surprise that most people are stuck, not because they lack potential, but because their mindset has been hijacked. But you're here because you want to break free, not just improve your life, but rewire the way you think. Because here's the truth, your mindset is the master switch, and if you don't take control of it, someone else will. So in this video, we're going to uncover 10 daily habits designed to reset your mind for clarity, success, discipline, and power. Not hype, not fluff, but real practices used by the sharpest, calmest, and most effective people on the planet. Let's get into it. 1. Practice morning silence. Before the noise of the world begins, before the notifications, headlines, and opinions start flooding in, give yourself one thing: silence. No phone, no music, no scrolling, just 5 minutes. Alone, still, present. In that silence, something powerful happens. You start hearing your own thoughts again. You remember what matters. You create space, not just in your day, but in your mind. This simple habit trains clarity, it sharpens focus. It's not about escaping the world, it's about preparing yourself to face it. Because if the first voice you hear every morning isn't your own, you'll spend the rest of the day reacting instead of leading. Stillness isn't weakness, it's preparation. And clarity, that begins in silence. 2. Journal what you fear. Every day, write down what you're afraid of, not to obsess, not to dramatize, but to face it directly. Because fear thrives in silence. It feeds on vagueness and avoidance. But the moment you bring it to the page, it begins to shrink. It goes from this overwhelming shadow to something you can actually confront. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of losing? What am I avoiding? What do I think will break me if it happens? And once it's written down, you see the truth. Most of your fears are either imaginary, exaggerated, or entirely within your control. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. So change the estimate, expose the fear, and you strip it of its power. 3. Delay reactivity. When someone disrespects you, when life throws something unfair, when frustration rises, pause. Don't respond emotionally for the first 10 seconds, because the first reaction is rarely your best one. It's the ego speaking. It's the wound, not the wisdom. But if you can hold your tongue, steady your breath, and let those 10 seconds pass, you give reason a chance to speak. You give yourself a chance to stay in control. This one habit can prevent countless arguments, broken relationships, impulsive decisions, and late-night regrets. The Stoics weren't emotionless. They were masters of emotion, and mastery begins with restraint. So next time the fire rises, pause. Because strength is not in reacting. It's in choosing your response. 4. Make a daily do not do list. Everyone makes to-do lists. But high performers, stoics, leaders, they also make do not do lists. Because success isn't just about what you do, it's about what you deliberately avoid. Distractions, time wasters, emotional traps. Maybe it's checking your phone first thing in the morning. Maybe it's gossip, doom scrolling, overthinking. Whatever steals your time and energy, name it, write it down, cut it out. This one shift rewires your brain. It forces clarity, discipline, and boundaries. Clarity often comes not from what you add, but from what you remove. And greatness is built not just by doing more, but by doing less of what weakens you. 5. 1 hour of deep focus. Every day, No matter what, give yourself 1 hour of deep, undisturbed focus. No multitasking, no background noise, no bouncing between tabs, just you and the task. This isn't about productivity hacks, it's about rewiring your mind for discipline in a world designed for distraction. Because most people can't focus for 5 minutes without reaching for their phone. But you'll go 60. And it's not about how much you get done in that hour. It's about who you become through the habit. Every minute you stay locked in, you're building a mind that doesn't flinch, doesn't scatter, doesn't beg for stimulation. You're teaching your brain that focus is your default, not anxiety, not chaos, not noise. And in a distracted world, a focused mind is a superpower. 6. Embrace voluntary discomfort. Cold showers, early mornings, brutally honest conversations, saying no when it's easier to say yes. These are more than habits, they're training grounds for the mind. Discomfort is the forge of discipline, and when you choose it daily, you stop fearing it. Most people avoid what's hard, but the Stoic path is different. It leans in. Because every time you choose discomfort over ease, you send a signal to your brain, I don't serve comfort, I master it. Discipline grows in those small moments of resistance, and resistance isn't built in the big, dramatic struggles. It's built quietly, in cold water, heavy reps and tough decisions. Comfort is a slow death, so seek challenge, not because life will always be hard, but because you'll be harder to break when it is. 7. Ask yourself, is this who I want to become? Every action is a vote, not for a candidate, but for a character. The person you're becoming is being built quietly in your smallest decisions. So before you speak, before you scroll, before you react, pause, ask, is this thought, this habit, this decision, moving me closer to the person I want to become? Most people drift through life, hoping identity will form by accident. But identity is forged by repetition, the micro decisions, the unseen moments. That's where character lives. Do you want to be disciplined? Then choose discipline. Do you want to be calm? Then respond with calm. Do you want to be strong? Then do hard things, even when no one's watching. This one question becomes a compass, and over time it carves a new path, not just toward goals, but toward greatness. 8. Learn one new thing every day. Just one thing, one page from a book, one quote that makes you think, one new idea, one concept, one meaningful conversation. It doesn't have to be big, but it has to be intentional, because learning is growth. And a growing mind is a rewired mind, one that's sharper, more adaptable, and harder to manipulate. In a world full of noise, ignorance is easy, but wisdom, that's earned. Daily, you don't need to know everything, but if you know a little more today than you did yesterday, you're moving in the right direction. Every new insight is a mental upgrade, and over time, those small lessons compound into deep confidence. So read, reflect, ask questions. Because when the mind grows, the self follows. 9. Speak less, observe more. The mind sharpens when the mouth quiets, because when you're not trying to be heard, you start to see. Observe people. Watch how they move, what they avoid, what they repeat. Listen, not just to words, but to tone, pauses, patterns. There's a reason the Stoics valued silence. It's in silence that thoughts mature. It's in silence that understanding deepens. Talking is easy, reacting is easy, but observation, that takes discipline. Most people speak to fill space, but the wise, they use silence to gain clarity. The less you say, the more you notice. The more you notice, the better you respond. Because true power isn't found in how loudly you speak, but in how clearly you see. 10. End the day with brutal honesty. Before your head hits the pillow, pause. No distractions, no justifications, just one quiet check-in. Did I live with discipline today? Did I honor my values, or did I drift? This isn't about guilt, it's about clarity. No judgment, no performance, just truth. Because the mind doesn't grow from perfection, it grows from reflection. And without accountability, you stay stuck in loops that feel familiar, but lead nowhere. The Stoics didn't wait for the world to correct them. They corrected themselves daily. This habit, this self-audit, rewires your brain for responsibility. It trains your mind to course correct, to refine, to improve. Rewiring your mind isn't about doing everything at once. It's about consistent, intentional effort every single day. Most people wait for motivation, but the ones who change, they build habits that don't require it. If this video sparked something in you, hit that subscribe button and let me know which habit hit hardest in the comment section.